In 1968, a recent graduate of Moscow Surikov Art Institute Durdy Bayramov joined a group of young artists from the Soviet Union on a trip to India. This was Bayramov's first international trip. In 16 days, the delegation visited Delhi, Benares, Calcutta, Agra, and Jaipur. The artist, as usual, brought along his trusted camera. Not only did he sketch everything he saw, but took hundreds of pictures of the everyday life and work of Indian people. Bayramov was greatly impressed with India. Of course, this land is known for rich history and unique culture, and Bayramov was blown away by its unusual beauty. He wrote, "Someone who came to India for the first time will be amazed by everything around. Cows walk the streets side by side with people, monkeys fly from one balcony to another, and cities also feature tremendous colorful bazaars." India's nature, its architecture, and livelihood were inspirational for Bayramov as an artist. But just like at home, Durdy was mostly intrigued by the people. During his visit, he met workers, doctors, journalists, and politicians. He remembers them with fondness and recalls their friendliness towards his homeland in interviews. "We visited many places. We spoke, exchanged views with people of different professions. Everywhere we were greeted with a smile and with bread and salt. In a word, Indians have great respect for our country and our art." After his return from India, Bayramov expressed his travel experiences through art. In 1970, the artist organized his first solo exhibition, titled Through India, featuring 38 graphic works. Bayramov previously participated in many group exhibitions in the Soviet Union. His works were even displayed in international exhibitions in Belgium, Bulgaria, and Canada. For those paintings, he received his first Lenin's Komsomol Prize. But this was a different task. A personal exhibition is a big responsibility, and Bayramov always, even then, prepared everything himself. The exhibition was well received and drew much attention from media and the public. The works from India were executed in pencil, marker, pen, sanguine, pastel, gouache, and tempera. This choice is not accidental. It was influenced by the atmosphere of the faraway country, its people, and their brightly colored clothing. Intuition and taste did not let Bayramov down. The exhibition hall truly transformed into a corner of India, which, based on the author's words, astounded him with its breathtaking beauty. This visual narrative was picturesque and emotional. In his review of the exhibition, artist Nuri Hojamuhamedov wrote, "A small portrait titled Girl with a Picture, carried out in tempera technique, is indicative of Bayramov's travel experience. The artist depicted a seated and slightly tired Indian girl. In her posture and facial features, Overall in her appearance, the artist with great skill transferred national characteristics inherent in people of India. Bayramov continued to show the national character of Indian people in their everyday life in work Indian Motif. Here, Bayramov highlights the life of Indian nation. The laundry hanging from the tree branches and spread out on the riverbank harmoniously combines with the general coloring of the landscape and tells about the difficulty of everyday chores of the common folk. Bayramov also captured the unique beauty of India's nature in many of his works. Distinctive features of these landscape paintings is the interconnection of nature with everyday life and labor of the Indian nation. In banyan trees, Bayramov carries the viewer to the Delhi Botanical Garden, where thrive these unusual trees. Although the artist did not conceal his rapturous amazement with this particular creation of nature, he did not limit himself only to this wonder. Women in national attire strolling in the shade of banyan trees make the landscape even more powerful. Bayramov's close friend and colleague Shahjan Akhmuhamedov noted about the work titled Female Artist. Here we have fairy tale perfect India, and in the center, an enchanting young woman absorbed in drawing. Plasticity of lines, color, manner of execution, general mood, all this takes over the viewer and instills thought that this is what an Indian woman should be like. One instantly thinks back to this country's songs and dances, its vigorous moves. The work Women was favored by the public. It takes the viewer back to the depths of history of the Indian people with its ancient and unique culture. Figures of 3 women are successfully arranged before a stone sculpture of Buddha, which transports the viewer back to the millennial antiquity. In 1981, more than 10 years later, Bayramov's works from this exhibition were prominently featured in an exhibition titled Soviet Artists and India at the Central House of Artists in Moscow. 18 of his graphic works fully covered one of the walls of the exhibition hall. Bayramov was greatly praised by colleagues and the media from all over the Soviet Union for his ability to capture the atmosphere of India's cities and their outskirts. Already at the exhibition in 1970, Bayramov established himself as the future of Turkmen portrait genre. These portraits were made by artists' tireless hand in a fleeting moment. Strong-willed and clever face of a student, with which one automatically associates the future of India's science. Restrained and resolute look of a peasant, drawn with special attention and respect. Men, women, children, and everywhere observant and kind eyes of Durdy Bayramov, who fell in love with the culture and people of India.